the transformation of the healer woman into the witch. Once a healer, she was later turned into a witch. This sentence is like looking into one of humanity's darkest mirrors, because the concept of the witch was not born from magic, but from fear. Thousands of years ago, before organized religion shaped the human mind, there were wise women who understood healing herbs, who knew which plant cured which ailment, who mixed natural remedies passed down through generations. In villages, these women were midwives, doctors, and counselors. When a child fell ill or an accident occurred, people knocked on their doors for help. But with the rise of patriarchal religions, everything changed. The gods became one, the feminine divine was erased, and the language of nature was replaced by obedience. Women who held ancient knowledge were now seen as dangerous. Although pagan beliefs survived in Europe for centuries, the spread of Christianity demonized the old goddesses. The woman who once spoke to nature became the woman who made a pact with the devil. In 1486, a German priest named Heinrich Krummer wrote a book called Malleus Maleficarum, The Hammer of Witches. It claimed that women were inherently weak, sinful, and therefore easy targets for Satan. The book became the manual for witch hunts across Europe. Soon, countless healer women were burned at the stake. Medieval Europe had institutionalized fear itself. The image of the witch took shape during this era. A woman who practiced dark magic, made pacts with the devil, flew through the night, or transformed into animals. Yet many of these symbols came from daily life. The broom was a household tool, the black cat kept rodents away, and the cauldron was used for making herbal mixtures. Over time, witch came to mean not just a sorceress, but any woman who defied social norms and male authority. By the 17th century, about 50,000 people across Europe had been accused of witchcraft and executed. Accusations were often arbitrary. A woman could be branded a witch after a simple quarrel with her neighbor. Confessions were extracted through torture, and physical evidence was rarely needed. This culture of fear gave the church immense power, as the masses surrendered completely to its definition of sin. When the Puritans migrated from Europe to America, they brought more than their belongings. They carried their rigid beliefs, their moral codes, and their fear of witchcraft. In the small villages of Massachusetts, these chosen people of God believed that anything unusual was the work of the devil. Women were expected to be silent, obedient, and devoted to prayer. By 1692, these seeds of fear bloomed in Salem. In the home of Reverend Samuel Parris, several young girls began to behave strangely. 9-year-old Betty Parris and her 11-year-old cousin Abigail Williams suffered sudden fits, uncontrollable trembling, and strange outbursts. At first, townspeople thought it was an illness, but soon it was declared the work of the devil. The girls accused others of bewitching them or working with Satan. Women like Tituba, Sarah Good, and Sarah Osborne were among the first to be targeted. But accusations also stemmed from personal grudges and land disputes. Neighbors denounced one another for revenge, and private conflicts turned into public condemnations. The hysteria spread rapidly. Courts were formed and strange trials began. Evidence included swimming tests, observed fits, and dubious testimonies. Proving one's innocence was nearly impossible. By the summer of 1692, about 200 people had been accused, and 19 were executed. Every home, every family feared being the next target. By autumn, authorities finally realized the chaos they had unleashed and halted the trials. Many were released, but the damage was irreversible. Families lost property, reputations, and peace of mind. The Salem Witch Trials remain one of history's clearest examples of mass hysteria. A tragic fusion of religious fanaticism, social control, and misogyny. Today, the witch has evolved into a symbol of independence and power. Yet Salem's story reminds us of how easily fear and prejudice can destroy lives. Even now, the echoes of that dark time linger in Salem. Museums, guided tours, and annual events keep the memory alive. Visitors come not only to learn about history, but to feel the transformation. How women once revered for their healing and wisdom were turned into figures of terror. So what do you think? What is today's witch hunt?